and we didn't capitalize. Very unfortunate. That's my opening statement.
What went well, Coach, in the first part that got you up by 12, and then what changed by the end of the first half?
Defensively, I thought we were dialed in. I thought we were contesting shots. I thought we were playing good overall basketball. We still had a couple of turnovers sprinkled in there, but offensively, we were sticking with offense. And then we had a couple of careless turnovers. The ball didn't go down. And I looked up, there were several possessions, consecutive possessions. I just thought, oh my goodness, we're not playing well right now. We're playing very well. I thought that we could have really distanced ourselves more in the first half. And I looked up, I said, we're not playing it. We're not playing very well. And I look at the clock, the scoreboard. We're still up 8 at that point. But at that point, we got down on ourselves and we weren't able to recover. And the disappointing thing about that is that Cal all of a sudden did not go on some three-point shooting barrage where they were just hitting everything they threw up. It was there for the taking, and we didn't take it.
The inconsistencies, parts is really good stretches and then kind of dormant, and then some good games, and then games like today. What causes that in the team? Can you put your finger on why?
After we were up 32-17 or whatever it was, we began to play like we played on the road. This is the first time in league play that showed up, that type of play, and that's what we did. And we just have to be mentally tougher. We have to be able to will ourselves the other direction when we see, okay, the ball's not going in the basket. Well, if the ball's not going in the basket, we still need to defend. We still need to guard. We still need to do the things that we were doing before. In tonight's case, that got us a 15-point lead, whatever it was. Let's just get right back to that. But we haven't been able to shift gears mentally to do the things at that point that we know we're capable of.
And you pull them in the huddle and you say exactly that to them probably, but then the message doesn't get through, or?
I'm one that when it's all said and done, I go back and evaluate what I'm doing as head coach. And as head coach, just we haven't maybe prepared this team to be mentally tougher.
In the first half with CJ, he took like 3 shots. Was that their defense, or was that just not being able to get him the ball, or does he have to just do more?
I thought, we talked to CJ at halftime about being more aggressive. In the second half, he was more aggressive.
But in that first half they're going through their run, and it's like 17-0, and then they ended on like a 19-2 run. Does that, when you need your star to just rise up and say, hey?
Well, you need everybody. It wasn't just CJ. We just mentally, we didn't take care of the ball. We didn't guard. We didn't make shots. If CJ was not taking as many shots, somebody was. And we had quite a few open looks. Sounds like a broken record because we say that a lot in some of our losses, most of our losses, open looks. CJ has and is having a heck of a year for us. We need to, as a team, be able to step up.
Do the rebounding numbers give you hope? I mean, in terms of just you were there physically with this team, even though they are a longer.
The numbers were a little bit misleading, I thought. We were, I don't know, I haven't looked at what we out-rebounded them by 2, but early on they were getting more second chance buckets. Their rebounds were key offensive rebounds early as the game was going. We got them to miss a lot of shots early. They were shooting 31%. I don't remember if it was in the first 8 minutes, whatever it was. So there were a lot of rebounds to be had, and we were getting them. Stanford has more size. Cal, we out-rebounded both teams, but the crucial rebounds we weren't able to pull down. today.
CJ talked about how tough it is for him to force things when he knows he's more aggressive when they send 2 and 3 defenders out. Is there a point, I don't know what Chrissy's asking, is there a point where he just needs to do that because his talent and shooting can beat that, or is he?
I think he did that more in the second half. There have been games when CJ hasn't taken as many shots in the first half and ended up with 20 points. And that would probably been the case tonight. The ball just wasn't going down for him tonight. He had some open looks that just didn't go down. He would have still would have scored at a high level. But it is. CJ is not a selfish ball player. Take away the open looks at times when guys are running at him, he just feels he needs to make the extra pass.
Is there any time you wish he was more selfish?
Well, tonight, and we mentioned that to him at halftime. There was one possession where we thought CJ had the shot, and we saw Paris underneath, threw the ball to him for a layup. You know, in the first half he had 4 assists. I don't know what he ended up with. 5. I think he had 4 in the first half. He wasn't getting the shots going out, but he was distributing. The other guys scoring.
What did you see out of Andrew today?
Andrew came back and shot the ball well. 8 rebounds, so he was aggressive out there.
And they just in like the big picture, this loss leaves you guys with.
I don't know. It leaves us with, now we're going back on the road again. And I don't know if you can do it in 3 days, but we have to have a mental adjustment fast before we get out on that road.
One more for Coach.
What was your message after you came to this place?
Pretty much what I've been talking about a little bit, individually, mentally. We gotta make sure we decide that mentally, don't worry about anyone else. Each to a man can maintain that mental focus throughout the game, especially now that we're going to the war.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.